What is going on, Dragon Ball fans? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball fan manga breakdown review, where today we're going to be reviewing Young Gigi's Dragon Ball VS manga chapter number 1, in which showcases the battle of Ultra Instinct Goku versus Android 21 in an alternative timeline, which basically dictates the narrative of 21 having to be equal to Goku and backing him into a corner because she wants to kill and absorb his energy, but with Goku having to throw a monkey wrench in Android 21's plans, the ultimate battle between Android 21 and Goku is about to commence. As once more, before we begin, if you are new to this channel and of course love Dragon Ball and anime, then don't forget to go on ahead and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications to never miss a single upload. And if of course you guys cannot wait for more awesome Dragon Ball fan mangas, then be sure to show your support by slapping a big fat like down below as we kick off Beyond Dragon Ball Super BVS manga chapter number 1, as the narration opens up with the author having to state, "Hi, I am Young Gigi. This DBVS is an unkind beginning for those who do not know the game settings. However, the highlight of this chapter is the power of Android 21 and her ultimate battle with Ultra Instinct Goku. For those of you who do not know the fighter's story, briefly, 21 made a clone warrior and revived past enemies. All warriors can exert their original power by the link system. In rare cases when the real human consciousness is linked successfully, the original power can be used by training. This Goku is the setting where live humans are linked. The purpose of 21 is to eat stronger, delicious warriors. Goku annihilated the clones in order to stop 21 and destroyed the food of 21, and so her goal is to finally kill Goku. This is the general scenario, and this story starts from here. We hope you enjoyed the game." As of course we open up the manga chapter as Goku goes on ahead to fight off against Android 21's clones, in which he successfully does. And as we see Super Saiyan Goku begin to unleash a beating unlike any other on the clones, Goku quickly makes easy work of them by having to punch one of them out in the distance as he begins to charge up for his Kamehameha. And as Goku does so, he fires off a massive Kamehameha in which destroy literally all of the clones that Android 21 had sent after Goku. Now again, we don't know which variation of Goku this is, but we do understand that Goku does possess Ultra Instinct, so this could be anything from after the Tournament of Power to before the Galactic Patrol Prisoner arc. And as Goku calms down, he goes on to say to himself, even though it was just a clone, killing yourself sure does feel a bit weird. Now that all of the clones are gone, 21 is next. I better take care of her soon. Alright, let's go find her. But as soon as Goku goes on ahead to attempt to find her, all of a sudden, he gets this weird feeling as he looks up in the sky and notices Android 21 having to look down upon him. And as Goku spots her and looking up in the air, he goes on to state, "Haha, so, you're finally here, Android 21, and Android 21 is not amused by Goku at all. In fact, her current programming is to simply kill him. And as she looks down at Goku with an expressionless face, all of a sudden, she begins to get very angry and having to cry out, damn you, Son Goku, you took down all of my sweeties, I'll never forgive you. I'll kill you right away." As Android 21 makes a vow that her ultimate goal is of course to kill Goku, Goku goes on ahead to say to her, "I'm sorry I destroyed your clones, but hey, I didn't even have to use my full power. It's just that they were way too weak to handle me. I'm really excited to have a fight with you. So, let's get started now." And as Goku says this, Android 21 prepares. She takes off her lab coat as she goes on to tell Goku, "As a punishment for taking down my dear sweeties, I will destroy you." So now we have ourselves the preparation of Super Saiyan Goku having to battle against Android 21. And as Goku begins to raise his power level, still keeping his Super Saiyan form, he wastes no time in charging directly at her as Goku screams out, "Here I come!" But even then, Android 21 wait in anticipation as both 21 and Goku collide. The fight finally begins, and the fight in and of itself does not seem to concern 21 because she continuously seems to be fighting back against Goku. And of course at this point Super Saiyan Goku doesn't seem to be standing a chance at all. Why? Because each time Goku attempts to throw a punch, to throw a kick, not only does 21 move out of the way, but she delivers attacks of her own that are starting to push Goku back. And as 21 is so casually fighting Goku, she's smiling and laughing directly in his face. And even then, as Goku and 21 begin to exchange punches, I really do enjoy the level of detail in seeing 21 and Goku in action, but in this case, it does look like 21 does have the upper hand by so casually being able to punch Goku back. And even then, as 21 knocks Goku behind, she begins to unleash a massive energy blast that seems to catch Goku head on. And as Goku is engulfed by the blast in and of itself, behind him he notices how 21 seems to have vanished, but then quickly reappears behind him as she attempts to attack him from behind, in which does end up working to some capacity. And Goku at this point is completely shocked as to how quick Android 21 is as she kicks him from behind, but then as Goku hits the ground, 21 looks down on him as she begins to laugh. She goes on to state, "Ha ha ha, you will soon be eaten by me. The sin of destroying my sweeties is unforgivable." And as Goku stands up, he doesn't seem to be concerned at all. Why? Because he's laughing. As he looks on up, Goku goes on ahead to state, "Haha, alright then, now, bring it on. Let's see your true strength." As Goku goes on ahead to raise his power even more, we notice how Goku's beginning to transform, even going as far as to notice how Android 21 is also picking up that Goku is in fact transforming. And I really do love the detail behind Young Gigi's portrayal of Goku transforming, because his pupils disappear, he's raising his power more and more and more as finally Goku transforms into Super Saiyan Blue, in which I will say looks absolutely incredible. And as Goku positions himself in battle, he goes on to tell 21, "Come on, let's continue." As 21 looks down, she goes on to state, "Don't think you can beat me just by changing your hair color." As Goku so casually smirks, he goes on to tell her, "Haha, you think that this is just a change of color? I will show you what else has changed." As Goku dashes on in, 21 doesn't seem to be concerned as Goku goes on to cry out, "Let's begin." As finally, once he moves in, he delivers a thunderous shot to 21's ribcage that causes 21 to be completely spaced out and dazed as to what had just happened, because Goku had not only increased in speed, but power as well. As he backhands 21 across the face, Goku is unrelenting in his pursuit of putting Android 21 down. As we notice Goku knocking 21 down onto the ground, 21 quickly dashes back in there as Goku also seems to be surprised that 21 can hold her own against Super Saiyan Blue, in which I will say is a little weird because we don't know the full capacity as to how strong really 21 is in comparison to Super Saiyan Blue Goku, but nonetheless, we notice how she begins to fight back. She actually delivers a really hardcore knee to Goku, in which he ends up blocking off, but in exchange, he punches her in the face. So now the fight in and of itself is a back and forth contest. As of course Goku punched her in the face, she goes dashing off in the sky as Goku puts his hands together and once more charging up for the Kamehameha. And as Goku is slowly beginning to charge up for this powerful attack, 21 is pissed, but she knows exactly what Goku's about to do. As Goku finally unleashes a massive Super Saiyan Blue Kamehameha, Android 21 sticks her hand out in exchanging a blast of her own. So now we have ourselves a massive beam struggle happening in the sky. And as Goku struggles, so does 21, which I will say is a bit weird considering where 21 gauges next to Goku. Nonetheless, Super Saiyan Blue seems to be equal to Android 21. But then, as Goku puts more of his energy into his Kamehameha, we notice how 21 is beginning to get pushed back. As even then, Goku's Kamehameha completely overwhelms 21 as she is engulfed by the massive Kamehameha, in which right from the start at first you would assume that 21 would have been destroyed after following a massive blast such as this having to consume her entire body. But instead, 21 managed to shield herself moments before the actual impact, in which allowed her to survive. As Goku is huffing and puffing, he goes on to tell her, "Give up. It's already over." As 21 is infuriated, she goes on to tell Goku, "Don't get too cocky. You will pay for what you did to my sweeties. As 21 begins to hold nothing back, she goes on to smile at Goku as she goes on to tell him, "You'll regret it soon." As she powers up in transforming herself, we notice how Goku is even taken back as to what exactly she had done. The energy around her is beginning to swirl, changing her entire body. As Goku looks on over, Android 21 has finally changed, in which as we get to see Android 21 in her final form, she stands ready in front of Goku, willing and ready to engage in their second round. As Android 21 is beginning to lick the tip of her fingers, she goes on to tell Goku, "So, would you like to have a taste of my true power?" And typical Goku, as he smiles, he goes on to tell her, "So she can transform too? Haha." That makes me even more excited. So Goku isn't concerned, but instead, being typical Goku, he's excited. As 21 dashes on in which I will say, she looks absolutely menacing in her approach, Goku quickly raises his arms as he begins to guard up from Android 21's attacks. And Android 21 hit Goku with such force that Goku goes on to say to himself, "What?" As she begins to push him back, Android 21 now is the one with the upper hand. So it looks like 21 in this fight against Goku is seemingly enough stronger, even though we don't know what version of Goku this is. 21, although she is very fast and very strong for having to transform only once, Goku is having more than a difficult time. As he attempts to attack her himself, she begins to block off, dodging all of his attacks, so Blue Goku at this point doesn't seem to stand a chance at all. And I will say, the way the pacing of this battle is dictated, Android 21 doesn't seem to be concerned at all, although Goku is supposed to be the strongest that he is currently right now prior to using Ultra Instinct. But like I stated before, no matter how many times Goku attempts to attack her, no matter how many times Goku attempts to punch her in the face, kick her in the body, she manages to somehow in some way dodge his attacks as she punches Goku with such force, sending Goku flying down to the ground again. 21 wastes no time in having to charge up for yet another massive attack as she goes on to tell Goku, "Eat this." And upon doing so, she lets off a massive blast. As Goku doesn't even know what's going on, he stands up, looks up in the sky, and is immediately hit by this massive energy blast. So although Goku has survived, he in fact is outclassed in this specific fight. As 21 looks down, she once again goes on to smirk as she goes on to say to herself, "I think you're now understanding the limits of my power." As she begins to gloat, all of a sudden, Goku dashes on up back in the sky. Battle damaged, huffing and puffing, tired, Goku doesn't seem to let up, but instead, he goes on to tell her, "This is more than I imagined. I wonder if I can stand the chance against her now, but still." Okay, so Goku, even acknowledging the fact that she is very, very strong, he pushes the limits of his own power by transforming even higher. So Goku begins to raise his power more and more and more, as finally, alongside Super Saiyan Blue, Goku finally equips Kaioken. As Goku cries out, "Kaioken!" he looks absolutely amazing in the way young Gigi had portrayed Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken in the manga, and as soon as Goku activates Kaioken, he quickly glares at 21 and dashes on in as he goes on to cry out, "I've got to give it a shot." And Goku understands that at this point, even though Kaioken is going to wear his body down, 21 is shocked as Goku now quickly turns the tables in punching 21 in the face. And as he does so, he lets off a rapid amount of punches to Android 21's stomach, continuously punching her, continuously kicking her, dashing on in, not letting up at all, because Goku knows that if she somehow manages to get away, he is going to be at a significant disadvantage against her. But instead, the minute Goku connects a punch, he dashes on in and following up in having to connect another. But here, 21 manages to escape at some capacity, but Goku quickly uses instant transmission to catch up to her. And as he does so, he uses instant transmission in getting behind 21 as he begins to once again charge up for a massive Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Kamehameha. And as 21 looks behind her, it's already too late, as Goku fires off a massive point-blank Kamehameha to Android 21's face, originally assuming you would think that 21 had been completely destroyed in having to be faced off with such an attack from point-blank range. And as the blast dissipates through the smoke and debris, we see Goku huffing and puffing. His Kaioken wore out, he's still using Super Saiyan Blue, but as he's continuing to huff and puff through the smoke and through the debris, Goku goes on to say to himself, How is that? As through the smoke we notice how 21 is laughing. She had survived Goku's Kamehameha. As Goku goes on to say to himself, what's up with her? As 21 looks on over, she goes on to go on ahead and state, ha, you thought you could beat me with this power? As the narration concludes, Goku's Kaioken Blue Kamehameha did no damage to 21. How will the battle between these two unfold as the manga chapter comes to a close? Now I know what you might be thinking. How in the world is Android 21 this strong? Well, she never really was this strong in the video games before, so this narrative is completely made up in the idea that Goku is fighting against an android that is equal to him in caliber when it comes to power. Of course, it's completely fictional because 21 originally was never this strong to begin with, but what I really did enjoy, although some of the panels were traced and copied, I really do love young Gigi, and I love his detail, I love the level of depth that he puts into his fights, because here, this is a continuation of what's going to follow in Ultra Instinct Goku versus Android 21. So 21 seems to be upset at Goku because she wanted to eat her sweets, she wanted to constantly get stronger, but Goku prevented that. So I will say, in my opinion, this was a really good fan manga, although it didn't make any sense in terms of 21's standpoint. If anyone out there wants to make the argument in saying that 21 is equal or stronger than Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, then by all means let me know in the comment section below. But for this, I really did enjoy the way this fight was paced because it didn't really give anyone a clear-cut chance in being the victor other than having continuous power increases and whatnot. So there is going to be a continuation in the future, so I highly encourage you guys to go on ahead and hit that subscribe button and tune back onto the channel, because the moment and the minute we do get more from this, I will be going on ahead and sharing that with you guys. So let me know what you all think in the comment section below. Blue Goku versus Android 21, what are your thoughts on that? And again, thank you all so much for watching, guys. Once more, if you guys, like I said before, are new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on all notifications, slap a like down below if you guys cannot wait for more awesome Dragon Ball fan mangas. Tune back in for the next video, and I'll be seeing you all down in the comment section below. Have a great day, everybody. Peace.
This is the Galactic Emperor of the Universe, and of course I'm here to tell you to subscribe to UnrealEntGaming.
Also follow UnrealEntGaming on these social media platforms to stay connected at all times. And if you don't, then very soon you will all be dead! Oh, did someone say UnrealEntGaming? Oh my god.
The fuck's up, on? Put on some clothes!
Well, why don't you put on any clothes?
What? I don't need clothes. Jesus Christ, that's huge! What, Broly?
Frieza.
Uh-oh.
Prepare to die!